Hello everyone. Before we formally start our discussion for today's, I would like to introduce the presenter for today's report. Of course, I'm Shilami Marcelo, Jelly Millares, Teddy Mandak, Veronica Lucas, and lastly, Geraldine Makarilay. So, we would like to share to you our topic for today's is all about predictive analytics. So, ano nga ba yung pumapasok sa isip natin when we hear the word predictive or I should say, the root word predict? 'Di ba minsan pag naririnig natin yung salitang 'yan, pumapasok sa isip natin na parang hinuhulaan natin yung isang bagay kung mangyayari ba ulit or ano kaya magiging resulta, possible kaya na mangyari itong bagay na to. Parang something na hinuhulaan mo yung isang bagay kung ano magiging outcome niya. For example, in politics, 'di ba? Parang hulaan natin, yung presidenteng ba yan, lalabas ba ulit yan, mananalo ba ulit yan? Ganon, yung parang pumapasok sa isip natin when we heard predict. Para mas maintindihan pa, we can use ourselves as an example. So, our currently situation now are we're taking bliss, and then we can use that as basis or our data to help us to predict what are future outcomes. If kinuha mong course ngayon is bliss, ano kaya magiging future outcomes mo? 'Di ba magiging registered librarian ka or kaya any related work in librarianship. That's why predictive analytics is a huge important or napaka-importante sa bawat isa sa atin, most especially in different industry. So here we want to share to you our learning objectives. First one, understanding predictive analytics. What is the definition of predictive analytics and overview on how predictive analytics works? Second one, application of predictive analytics. The use of predictive analytics in different industries. Current examples of predictive analytics use. The third one, benefits and challenges of predictive analytics. Of course, we have the advantages of utilizing predictive analytics, and if we have the benefits, of course, we have the challenges faced while implementing predictive analytics. Ano kaya yung mga pagsubok na maaari nating harapin if ever na ini-implement natin yung predictive analytics. And the last one is exploring regression analysis. Understand simple linear regression and dive into multiple regression. Ito pumapasok dito yung mga tools or analysis, ginagamit natin ito para mas mapadali yung resulta na nais nating malaman sa mga bagay-bagay na tinatanong natin. Like for example, sa mga napapanahong issue ngayon, ganyan, maaring magamit natin ito. So let's define predictive analytics. It's a type of advanced analytics that uses historical data to predict future outcomes. It uses statistical algorithms, machine learning, and artificial intelligence to identify patterns and trends in data that can be used to make predictions about future events. As you can see, advanced analytics, ibig sabihin mas madali at napapaaga natin malaman yung mga bagay-bagay na gusto nating malaman. And by the help of historical data, maaari natin palang gamitin yung mga historical data na yan para mas mapadali nating ma-predict yung future outcomes ng isang bagay. And also, we can use pala different tools statistical para sa ganun mahulaan or ma-predict natin yung future event. So, predictive analytics can be used to answer a variety of questions, such as which customers are most likely to churn, which products are most likely to sell well, and which machines are most likely to fail, which patients are most likely to readmitted to the hospital, and which fraudulent transactions are most likely to occur. So, predictive analytics can be used in variety of industry including. So, always remember guys that predictive analytics is very important when it's come to different industry. Like here in retail. Retailers can use predictive analytics to predict sales demand, optimize inventory levels, and target marketing campaigns. As you can see, predict sales demand. Dito, makikita natin na matutulungan pala tayo ng predictive analytics. Maari pa lang natin gamitin ngayon para ma-predict natin kung ano yung mga bagay-bagay or mga product na tating pilikin ng mga tao. For example, yung mga product ngayon, by the help of predictive analytics, malalaman natin kung by next 2 months or next month or after 2 years or in next generations, magiging demand pa rin ba or tatangkilikin pa rin ba ng mga consumer yung produktong yun. So next, financial services. Banks and other financial institution can use predictive analytics to detect fraud, assess risk, and make better investment decision. So, we can use pala ang predictive analytics to predict or to detect fraud para sa ganun ma-identify natin kung sino yung mga mandaraya, sino yung mga manloloko, at sino yung may balak mang scam sa'yo. And to assess risk also para maiwasan natin yung mga iba't ibang possible na mangyari. And also, predictive analytics pala is makakatulong sa atin to improve our decision making when it's come to investment. Matutulungan tayo ng mga history natin na data na to help us para mas ma-improve pa natin na ganito pala yung naging yung dati kong history, ganito pala dapat ngayon, improve ko na para sa ganun, may mapupuntahan na maganda yung investment ko. Ganyan. So, the third one is healthcare. Healthcare providers can use predictive analytics to identify high-risk patients, improve patient care, and reduce costs. At this part, we can use predictive analytics para mas mapadali natin or para mas mabilis nating ma-identify kung sino nga ba yung mga pasyenteng medyo delikado yung sakit, yung sakit is parang kailangan ulit i-admit, ganyan. And syempre, by the help of predictive analytics, mas may improve pala natin yung patient care natin. And then also, para sa ganun, mas mababawasan natin or marireduce yung cost na maaring gastusin ng mga pasyente. So next is manufacturing. Manufacturers can use predictive analytics to predict machine failure, optimize production schedules, and improve product quality. In this part naman, we can use pala predictive analytics para ma-improve natin lalo yung product quality natin. Para sa ganun, in case naman na improve natin yung product quality natin, makakatulong din ito para maging tumaas lalo yung profit natin. That's why predictive analytics is napaka-importante. So, lastly is insurance. Insurance companies can use predictive analytics to set price, assess risk, and detect fraud. Same as in financial services, dito maaari natin gamitin yung predictive analytics para ma-detect natin or ma-identify natin kung sino nga ba yung mga pwedeng mandaya sa atin, pwedeng mang-scam o pwedeng manloko sa atin. Para sa ganun, mas ma-secured natin yung pera natin or yung insurance natin.
Predictive analytics is a powerful tool that can be used to improve decision making and achieve better outcomes. For example, in predictive analytics is being used today, number 1 is Netflix. Uses predictive analytics to recommend movies and TV shows to its subscriber. Netflix analyzes user data such as viewing history and rating to predict what each user is most likely to enjoy. For number 2, Amazon. It uses predictive analytics to recommend product to its customer, such as purchase history and browsing behavior to predict what each customer is most likely to buy. And number 3 is bank. Use predictive analytics to detect fraud. Bank analyze transaction data to identify patterns that are indicative of fraud. And number 4, healthcare. Providers use predictive analytics to identify high-risk patients. Healthcare providers analyze patient data such as medical history and social determinants of health to identify patients who are at the high risk of developing certain diseases. or complications. And lastly, manufacturers use predictive analytics to predict machine failures, analyze machine data such as vibration and temperature to predict when a machine is likely to fail.
So, dito naman is overview of predictive analytics. Predictive analytics is a type of advanced analytics that uses historical data to predict future outcomes. How predict analytics works? So, number one is data preparation. The first step is to prepare the data for analysis. This involves cleaning the data, removing any errors or inconsistencies, and transforming the data into a format that can be used by the predictive analytics model. So, dito naman is, data preparation is may mga step para mas maging maayos yung flow ng data and making sure everything is consistent. Dapat lahat is consistent, ganon. Then, example nito is cleaning the data. So, dito naman is ni-remove niya yung mga nawawalang data. So, the second is model building. The next step is to build a predictive analytics model. This involves choosing the appropriate statistical, algorithm, or machine learning technique and training the model on the prepared data. So the second is model building. The next step is to build a predictive analytics model. This involves choosing the appropriate statistical algorithm or machine learning technique and training the model on the prepared data. So, model building naman is a second step of how predictive analytics works. So, dito is they create a predictive tools. Like for example, building the predictive analytics model. So, ibig sabihin nito is nagse-select sila ng mga sustainable statistical algorithm or machine learning techniques like linear regression, decision tree, or etc. So, the third step or how predictive analytics works is model evaluation and deployment. Model evaluation and deployment, once the model is built, it needs to be evaluated to ensure that it is accurate and generalizable. Once the model is evaluated and found to be satisfactory, it can be deployed to production to make predictions on new data. So, dito naman is kapag tapos na mag-create ng model is kailangan nitong i-check to make sure it is accurate and can work well with different data.
Benefits of predictive analytics. Improve decision making. Predictive analytics can help businesses and organizations to make better decisions by providing insight into the future outcomes. So dito, for example, sa retailers can use predictive analytics to forecast sales, manage inventory, and target marketing efforts at para ma-determine kung anong product ba ang mas patok na ibenta sa napapanahon. Like ngayong summer, sobrang init, ano ba yung magandang ibenta? Example, halo-halo, ganun, para ma-optimize ang mga retail strategies at lumago or lumaki yung kita. And increase efficiency. Predictive analytics can help businesses and organizations to automate tasks and improve efficiency. So dito naman, example sa marketing, it can help businesses by analyzing customer behavior and trends para mas effective and efficient sa isang company. At sa reduce cost, predictive analytics can help businesses and organizations to reduce costs by identifying and mitigating risks. Fraud detection. It can be a powerful tool in detecting and preventing fraud. By analyzing historical data and identifying patterns, it can also help to identify suspicious transactions or activities that may indicate fraudulent behavior. And the last one is increase revenue. Predictive analytics can help businesses and organizations to increase revenue by identifying new opportunities and targeting customer more effectively. For dito, example natin is yung customer segmentation. It can be used to segment customers kung ano yung mas malamang or mas mabili based on their preference. It helps businesses to target their marketing efforts na maging effective sa pamamagitan ng cross-selling and upselling.
Challenges of predictive analytics. Let's discuss these challenges one by one. The first challenges of predictive analytics is data quality. Predictive analytics models are only as good as the data they are trained on. It is important to ensure that the data is accurate, complete, and representative of the population of interest. Data quality is one of the challenges in predictive analytics because the quality of data plays a crucial role in the effectiveness of predictive analytics models. If the data used for training the models is inaccurate, incomplete, or not representative of the population, the models will struggle to make accurate predictions. Ensuring data quality involves data cleaning, validation, and ensuring a diverse and representative data set. The next challenges of predictive analytics is model complexity. Predictive analytics models can be complex and difficult to understand. It is important to have a good understanding of the model before using it to make predictions. Predictive analytics models can be complex and may involve advanced algorithms, machine learning techniques, and statistical models. Understanding these models truly is essential to interpret the results correctly and make informed decisions. If the model's complexity is not well managed, it can lead to misinterpretation of result and incorrect prediction. The last one challenges of predictive analytics is model bias. Predictive analytics models can be biased, reflecting the biases in the data they are trained on. It is important to identify and mitigate model bias to ensure that the predictions are fair and accurate. This is significant challenges in predictive analytics. If the data used to train the models contains biases, the model may also reflect those biases. For example, if a model is trained on historical data that shows a preference for a specific gender or race, the model may continue to exhibit this preference. It is crucial to identify and mitigate such biases to ensure fair and accurate prediction. In summary, the challenges of predictive analytics include maintaining data quality, understanding model complexity, and addressing model bias. Overcoming these challenges require careful data preparation, a true understanding of the models, and continuously effort to ensure fairness and accuracy in prediction.
So next is all about simple linear regression. So what is simple linear regression? Is a statistical method for modeling the relationship between two variable. It is one of the most basic and widely used regression models. Ito yung pinakamadali at pinakapangmalawakan or pangmaramihan na regression models. And we have two variables roles. What is it? The first one is dependent variable. So this is the variable whose values we want to explain or forecast, and this is the variable that explain the other one, and we denote it as a y. Tinatawag din siya na result or outcome regression. So the other variables, independent variable, its value depend on something else, and its value are independent, and we denote it as x. Tinatawag din siya na explanatory or predictor regression or variables. So here we have a simple linear regression model, and as you can see, we have the formula. Y equals to beta 0, beta 1x plus epsilon. So y is the dependent variable while x is the independent variable. Beta 0 is the constant or intercept, and beta 1 is the slope or coefficient, and the e or epsilon is the error term. So, simple linear regression can be used to answer a variety of questions such as, is there a relationship between two variables? What is the direction and strength of the relationship between two variables? How much does the dependent variable change for me every unit change in the independent variable? So, simple linear regression can be used in a variety of industry including economics, finance, healthcare, marketing, and science. So, here are the simple linear regression example. So, as you can see guys na makikita naman natin dyan na we have the chart, the data, the formula. Tapos, makikita nyo naman din dyan na we have the two variable there, the independent variable and the dependent variable. The y-axis or x-axis or the x-intercept or y-intercept, and then pwede din nating tawagin yung independent variable as explanatory or predictor variable, and the dependent variable pwede din nating tawagin na respond or outcome variable. So, ang data natin now is that our independent variable is are studied, and while the dependent variable are the text scores. So, makikita natin dyan kung yung dalawang data na yan is may strong relationship nga ba. So, makikita man natin dyan sa baba na mayroon tayong formula dyan, yung y-intercept, slope, and the correlation. Paano nga ba natin kukunin yan? And dun sa graph, paano natin gagawin yon? So, ituturo ko sa inyo. So, punta tayo sa Excel. Yan, pupunta tayo sa Excel, and then wait lang natin kung paano nga ba kukunin yung slope, y-intercept, and the correlation of that data. So, as you can see, tapos ko na siya. Uulitin ko para mas maintindihan natin kung paano nga ba natin kukunin yan. As you can see, meron yung dalawang data dyan, the are studied and the text scores are independent and independent variable. So, kukunin natin yung y-intercept that the two variables. So, equal sign, intercept, close and open parenthesis. And then, just highlight the first, the y-axis. Highlight mo lang yan. Highlight ulit. Highlight mo ulit yan, then after ma-highlight yung y-intercept na yan or y-axis, comma, and then the x-axis naman. Yan. And then close and open parenthesis, enter, ayun, makukuha mo ang y-intercept of the two data or the two variables. And then, ulitin naman natin itry naman natin yung slope, kung paano nga ba kukunin yung slope. Same process ulit. Equal sign, and then enter the slope, close and open parenthesis, highlight the y-intercept, comma, and next mo naman i-highlight yung x-intercept. So, close and open parenthesis. Ayun, makukuha mo yung slope ng two variables yan. And now, paano nga ba natin kukunin yung correlation value? So, makikita nyo yung chart na yan, meron dyan yung display equation. Kung makikita nyo, mapapansin nyo yung r squared dyan, dyan natin kukunin yung correlation value nya. So, paano nga ba natin gagawin yung chart na yan? So, highlight muna natin yung dalawa, yung x and y intercept. So, after ma-highlight yung dalawang yan, i-click yung insert. let's click the chart. Again, let's click the insert, the chart, and makikita mo yan yung scatter. Just click the first one. Makikita nyo dyan yung magkakaroon na siya ng point, and then yung line, ganyan. Makikita naman natin dyan. So, yan, makikita nyo. And then, after matapos ma-insert yung graph or yung chart, just click the plus sign para malagyan natin siya ng scatter, linear. Yan. Just click the linear. Kukunin kasi natin yung correlation ng dalawang variables. So, just click the linear and then down para ma-display natin yung equation nung dalawa. Para makita natin kung pareho nga ba yung na-compute natin na y-intercept and slope. So, after nyan, i-display na natin. Ayun na. Nakikita nyo naman guys na yun, yung display formula na yan. Ayusin lang natin. So, paano nga ba may possible kaya na may relationship yung dalawang variable natin? Yan. Wait lang natin guys. Ayusin lang natin. Yan. So, yan. Ayusin lang natin ng konti para makita natin yung display equation. I-zoom natin para makita natin. So, as you can see, parehong-pareho dun sa dalawa, sa y-intercept and slope. So, paano nga ba natin kukunin yung correlation? Makikita naman natin dyan yung r squared. Dyan natin kukunin yung correlation. So, i-ano muna natin, i-zoom out natin para makita nyo kung paano natin kukunin yung correlation ng dalawa. Dito natin malalaman kung if ever na may mataas yung strong relationship ng dalawang variables. So, yan. Makikita nyo dyan. Yan. Makikita natin dyan kung may relationship nga ba yung dalawang yun or connected nga ba sila sa isa't isa. Paano kukunin ang correlation? Just enter ulit the same process, equal sign and SQRT or squared. And then, enter mo lang yung number, yung r squared dun sa taas na kinuhanan natin ng display equation. After mo ma-enter yan, lalabas yung correlation value nung dalawang variables yan. As you can see, meron na tayong dyan. Kung i-round off natin yan, magiging 1 yan, and then, ang magiging resulta niyan, yung dalawang variables na they have a strong relationship. Kasi, once pala na nag-add ka ng R para sa studied hours mo, ang magiging test result mo is mas tataas pa yung scores mo. That's the example of linear regression.
C. Multiple regression is a statistical technique that models the relationship between a dependent variable and two or more independent variables. It is an extension of simple linear regression, which only models the relationship between two variables. And the goal of multiple regression is to model the relationship between the explanatory and response variable. In other words, multiple regression is an extension of simple linear regression. It is used when we want to predict the value of a variable based on value of two or more other variables. The variables we want to predict is called the dependent variables, or sometimes the outcome target or criterion variables. The variables we are using to predict the value of the dependent variable are called the independent variable, or sometimes the predictor, explanatory, or regressor variables. Multiple regression can be used to answer a variety of questions, such as how does the dependent variable change as the independent variable change? What is the relative importance of each independent variable in predicting the dependent variable? Is there a significant relationship between the dependent variable and any of the independent variables? Multiple regression can be used in a variety of industry including economics, finance, healthcare, marketing, and science. Here are some tips for using multiple regression effectively. Make sure that the data you are using is appropriate for multiple regression. The data should be continuous and normally distributed. Avoid using too many independent variables in your model. This can lead to overfitting and inaccurate predictions. Use cross-validation to evaluate your model. This will help you to identify any overfitting and improve the accuracy of your predictions. And be aware of the assumptions of multiple regression. If these assumptions are not met, the result of your analysis may be inaccurate. And for the conclusion of predictive analysis is a powerful tool that can be used to improve decision making, increase efficiency, reduce costs, and increase revenue. However, it is important to be aware of the challenges associated with predictive analytics, such as data quality, model complexity, and model bias. By taking steps to mitigate these challenges, businesses and organizations can reap the benefits of predictive analytics.